I want you to ask yourself a question. Your customers always come in when you're prepared to see them? Probably not. Usually what will happen is you're doing 20 million other things and all of a sudden the customers end up in your lap. How about another question for you? Do you find that Mondays and Tuesdays just always seem to be your busiest days, and maybe Thursdays and Fridays you're not? But what if you could transfer some of that work and spread it out through the rest of the week? Well, I think there's a way to do that, and I think if we become more proactive about setting the next appointment, I think maybe you can help yourselves fill in those gaps. Or maybe you're working a Saturday, and maybe that Saturday you want some gravy work. Well, it's another way you can do that. All right, Gary, you're all set. All we need to do, I have all your paperwork up at the cashier's window. Okay. So while you're getting that set, we'll have the keys all ready for you. Make sure you come back and see me because we need to set your next appointment.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. So what we've just seen with Gary, the customer, is I told him his vehicle was done, told him that the repair order was up at the cashier's window. And this can vary either way on how your policies, procedures are in your workplace. But the main thing I want to point out is the way I instructed him to come back and see me so that we could schedule the next appointment. And that's exactly the way I said that. All right, let's continue on and see what happens after that. Okay, Gary, you all set. Any questions on the repair order at all?
No, not that I can think of right now.
All right. Well, what I want to do is I want to set you up for your next appointment on that premium oil change that we talked about earlier.
Okay.
What's usually better for you, beginning of the week or later in the week?
Probably later in the week.
Okay, like a Thursday or Friday work for you?
Let's do Thursday.
Thursday? Okay, so now we just asked Gary, the customer, I purposely said, what's better for you, beginning of the week or later in the week? Now, you heard his response was later in the week. I immediately came back and said, Thursday or Friday. I'm actually guiding the customer where I want him or her to go. Now, if they said the beginning of the week, I would instruct them or guide them into Tuesday or Wednesday, because primarily Mondays in our business are usually the worst day of the week for any customer to come in. So if they say the beginning of the week, reference it to Tuesday or Wednesday, or if they say later in the week, like Thursday or Friday, or let's say, for example, if you're open on Saturdays, try to guide them towards Saturdays. I got Thursday, August 25th. I got a 7:15 or an 8:25.
Let's do 8:25.
Okay, so now you just saw me give Gary only 2 options on time. And I believe he took the 8:25, which quite frankly doesn't surprise me. They always take it later in the day. My point is this, we open up at 7 o'clock. If I just am vague about the time for the customer to arrive and just say, well, you know what, we open up at 7 o'clock, just come in anytime. Well, you know what happens when we say that. The customer always shows up at 9:30 because to them, that's early in the morning, but you've been working since 7 o'clock. We need to space this out. I'm going to give you my business card too with the appointment on there. And here's your confirmation number. And if that doesn't seem to work out, go ahead and give me a call. Okay, now, whenever you go in the dentist or doctor's office, they always gave you a appointment set card where it had all the information on there. The first thing I did with Gary was I confirmed the date, August 25th. It was a Thursday at 8:25. If you noticed, I marked it down on the back of my business card on the date. Now, you can also take this a step further and mark down what needs to be done. As a sidebar on this would be a good time, let's say, for instance, if the customer needs to do a fuel induction service or a power steering service, any of the BG services, this would be a good time to mark down on that card the website to bgams.com. This way your customer can go home, in the privacy of their own home, they can pull up the website and they can watch the videos, so that way they get an idea what it is they're going to be doing to their car when they come in the next time. Finally, before you go, I'm going to give this to you. This is the BG Lifetime Protection Plan. Now, when we do the premium oil changes, the free lifetime protection plan comes on the oil treatment that we're going to be doing on that. Okay. So it's a great plan, and best of all, it's free. But like I said, we just want to make sure that we keep this maintained so it works great for you.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, that we'd already done a BG service on his vehicle that day. Let's say, for instance, power steering. Well, another way I could have worded that in that same scenario was I could have said, Gary, because we did that fluid exchange service on that power steering unit, that comes with a free lifetime protection plan. Do me a favor and keep this in your glove box. Do not lose that. Because if you do happen to break down and you're well out of my territory, anybody will be able to honor that. So what I did was I folded it up, I handed it to him, and I said, put this in your glove box. Do not lose it. Well, look, if you have any problems, don't hesitate to give me a call. Most importantly, thank you for your business.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good day, Gary.
You too. Take care.
Okay, finally, folks, always thank the customer. We know without that customer, we don't exist. And always give them a nice warm smile, a look in the eye, and a great handshake. Want to appreciate your time. Thank you very much for your time.